Hello, everybody. I don't even know where to start. I've been going through this um, service plan, and it's the more you read, the more mind-boggling it is. And then there's a lot of quotes in here that tell you to refer to another book. And so I decided to just go ahead and just do what I can, because if I wait to get it all together in my head, it'll never get done because there's just too much information. So I was overthinking. Anyway, I'm just sitting here with my tea, and I'm going to try to keep these videos at about 15 minutes. I think it makes it simpler. Okay, so Service of the Plan, Study 2, Department of Religion, and I did not find Study 1. I'm assuming there is one. So the New World Religion and the Universality of Life. A lot of this starts off with quotes out of different books that were written by Alice Bailey, I'm sorry, it was Helena Blavatsky. I think some of them might have been written by Alice Bailey. For those of you that don't know, quickly, Helena Blavatsky was a late 1800s spiritualist and medium, and she wrote Unveiling of, or it's Isis Unveiled, very hard read, and she said she was getting all of her information from the masters that had appeared to her. And I remember a while back ago when I first started my journey of understanding the occult, there's a trilogy called The Initiate, and it gives you a really great feel for how initiation into the occult works, but it's also written in a very easy novel format, or not even novel, it's just they're paperbacks, very easy read. For anyone who is interested, I would recommend getting the Initiate trilogy. It reads just like a science fiction story. Anyway, Alice Bailey then picked up her work and is the one that founded Lucifer's Publishing, and got involved with somehow the leaders of the leaders of the United States and many more, and Rockefeller, who ultimately bought out Lucifer's Publishing, or maybe just changed the name to Lucis Trust, because it's a much more accepted name for those who are unaware that Lucius is the same as Lucifer. Anyway, I am not going to read these quotes out of these other books. If I need to, I can switch to them because I've downloaded them all on PDF. As you can see, it's got a quite comprehensive table of context. Some of it is mundane, some of it is very telling. So, let's see where to start. I guess just start. I am not going to go over its establishment, but I think here's a good place to start. The Hierarchical Department of Government. One set of papers is geared into three main aspects of this department. and I stress this is the Department of Religion that is with the United Nations. So we have your politics, statesmanship, law, legislation, economics, and finance. And in Hierarchical Department of Religion, there's a 3-part set of papers also prepared. The New World Religion, Universality of Life, the process of initiation into the life of God, the science of invocation and evocation. And then under education, 5 sets of papers: education, science, philosophy, psychology, and culture and arts. So the student is given the choice of 7 studies. And I am just going to get rid of words that to me are just redundant for time's sake. As he begins to identify his own field of service to help him towards the goals by stimulating his sense of recognition and response. He may require only 1 of 7 studies. He may need all of them before the vision of his discipleship work begins to open up for him. The material in the study set, the student is expected to inform himself of current and developing events. Contemporary material becomes quickly out of date due to the rapid change in these transitional years and cannot be included here. Study includes much of the basic teachings contained in the Tibetan books. Our task is to understand the teaching, law, and principle and values and meanings of the world causes, current trends, events, and begin to envision the future and the immediately possible. The mind begins to function as a bridge, where we heard that, the New Age building a bridge. Channel of energy communication between the plan, conscious intent of the hierarchy, the world affairs as they must change and adapt to the planetary purpose held in solution by the hierarchy. The disciple cooperates in the task of establishing thought form of solution and also trains himself for service in human affairs. Papers presents basic esoteric teachings in the Department of Religion in 3 main aspects. It is important to remember while the hierarchy and humanity function through 3 departments, they are interdependent and interactive. Education, educators are essential to an intelligent understanding of right governmental processes. So also the true spiritual values, which is the task of the religious field to inculcate in the people. All aspects of human life interact on one another with either good or bad effects. Ashrams of hierarchy are also today fusing and blending their work in a new way and as a basic factor in establishing synthesis of thought and action in the working out of the plan on earth. Each department of hierarchy, therefore, responsible for a major aspect of God's plan, includes and is included by all others. A strenuous work of breaking down national group isolation and separativeness, that it takes the united energies of these group of workers to bring about the desired result. Now you have the answer to why our borders are open, and they are encouraging borders everywhere to be opened. 7 group workers are organized as follows. We have Department of Politics, Religion, and Education. And as you can see, they assign each one either a 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th ray. Don't forget, though, the work is being carried forward in 3 fields of human thought and activity. A result-directed effort towards the production of synthesis, and great preparatory drive towards revelation of such wonder I cannot yet detail. And that is in the Treatise of 7 Rays. As we seek to develop techniques of this service, the factor of synthesis and interaction is an important one so that our vision is broad and our horizons wide as we concentrate energy on a specific area of accepted responsibility. The Tibetan tells us, servants of the spiritual hierarchy and the world disciples are found in every nation. They are loyal to the nation's ideology or political trend of thought or government. The members of the new group of world servers embrace every political creed and recognize authority of every imaginable religion. Men and women of goodwill can be discovered functioning in every group, no matter what ideology, creed, or belief. The hierarchy does not look for cooperators in any one school of thought, political creed, or national government. It finds them in all and cooperates with all. This I have frequently said, and yet you find it difficult to believe. So convinced are many of you that your peculiar belief and your particular acceptance of truth is the best undoubtedly and the most true. It may be for you, but not for your brother of other persuasions, nations, or religions. Thus we find as well, members of the new group of world servers scattered everywhere. They are the only agents which the hierarchy chooses to employ at this time, and to them is committed the task of doing the following things: restore the world balance through understanding and goodwill, bring harmony and unity to men and nations by the revelation of widespread goodwill, precipitating through spiritual perception and correct interpretation the kingdom of God on earth. You need to get a drink of tea. Let that soak in. I think it would be good to insert my comment here. I had someone, when I did start this at the beginning of this year, before my mom's care became great, that she was appreciative of the fact that I had covered this topic because she resonated with this information. This is the danger of the New Age movement, and I have been sounding the alarm about the New Age movement for a couple of years now, because I dove into a lot of the books that were being distributed, and I became friends with a lot of the Facebook groups, blog talk shows, etc. And what I realized is the New Age movement, to me at the time, seemed to be a net, or as I explained in another video, you decide that you're going to leave a building because the event that you are at has become boring. So you exit out a door and you follow the path. And as you follow the path around this building, the scenery changes and there's some fresh faces to talk to, and new flowers to look at and smell and enjoy. And as you wander down the path and you enter into a new or a different door, the front door is different, the building appears different, and you go in and there are different people there, but all you've really done is you've gone from the front of the building to the back of the building and you're at the same event. And that is what is happening with people who are exiting church doctrine, because the church and religion, I believe, was deliberately infiltrated to cause generations that started to come up after they implemented this plan back in the 1930s. I feel, in my humble opinion, there was a deliberate and direct attack on religion in order to cause there to be a falling away, but knowing that we have a beacon that is hard-pressed to find our Creator, they created the net or the back door to catch those disgruntled with religion in order to find spirituality. And the New Age movement is so filled with love and light and happiness and anything goes that it was just the perfect setup. And I don't want to digress too far because I think there is a middle path away from religion and churchianity, but still staying within the beautiful teachings that the Bible does offer us, if people could just understand them. Because Jesus is the escape clause. Unfortunately, my gosh, religion, I'm not talking about the people because it's not their fault, but religion from where it's coming from the up above has just ruined the beauty of what Jesus was trying to example to us. Okay, digressed long enough. Although the following paragraphs from the rays and the initiations relate specifically to the third degree initiate, information given on the use of different aspects of the will in relation to the three departments of hierarchy is a value to students. In connection with the use by the initiate of what we might call pure will, your own pure will, it should be remembered that this pure will works into manifestation through one or other of the three aspects of the spiritual triad. This activity is determined by the major ray upon which the initiate will find himself from the angle of his monadic ray. Every spiritual man is upon one another of the three major rays, for the minor four rays of attribute are all eventually absorbed into the third ray of active intelligence. Now, for those of you who think that I just spoke Greek to you, the thing is, I do understand the monad. I know what they're talking about as the ray, because I have read the occult books. And again, what they've done is they have actually taken teachings out of the Bible and they have adulterated them and made them something they're not. Again, because just like the church wanted power and authority over the people's souls, the grand plan was to obtain power and authority over the soul of every single human walking this earth in every religion. They want the soul. They got the body by default, and they got the name. Our name is traded in commerce. They have our energy. They have been trying to figure out forever how can they catch the soul? How can they trap the soul? Well, the best way to trap the soul is to be accessing a spiritual hierarchy on the other side and get people to willingly give their souls over to another government that is promising them world peace. This is about 15 minutes, so I'm going to end this here, but I'm going to do another one. Thank you for listening, and if you need to, listen to it again and pay attention to the words. Thank you.